Have you ever seen a chaos demon? They're all slime and antlers. They're disgusting.
I didn't know she was seeing somebody. I should take off.
Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're gonna be watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 5 episode 7. This next episode is called Fool for Love, which kind of gives me Spike energy. We haven't really done much since we found out that Spike is in love with Buffy. We had him kind of stalk her or just like stare at her from the outside of her house in episode 5. Very angel vibes from him. And then also we had him save her in episode 6. So I wonder if we're gonna like dive more into it maybe this episode. Like, I don't know, it's just like Spike, he's a little bit of a fool, he's in love with Buffy, the whole thing is a little bit foolish. So I think it would be really cool if we could focus on him in this episode and like his feelings towards Buffy and what he's gonna do with those feelings. I mean, I can't really imagine him telling Buffy that he loves her, but I also want to see some sort of development there. Like, I want to see him. I don't even know what I want to see from him. I just want to see more of that because I think that's like so fun and so exciting and so crazy. Like, I still cannot believe Spike, Mr. I Killed Two Slayers, is now in love with a Slayer. That's just so bonkers to me. I'm very excited about that storyline. I think it's really, really cool. But I guess it's also a possibility that the whole Fool for Love thing is about Riley and Buffy. I mean, Riley is also a little bit of a fool for being in love with Buffy when apparently she doesn't love him back. So yeah, there hasn't really been much progress there since episode... What was it? Episode 4, I think? When they took Riley to the doctor and he had his surgery and had his little chip removed. So yeah, there hasn't really been much development between Buffy and Riley in a couple of episodes either. So maybe we could see that as well in this episode. Honestly, it feels like that relationship is on its last leg. So I do wonder what's going to happen with that. Like, are they going to break up? If they break up, what's Riley going to do? Is Riley going to leave, take Graham up on his offer and go back to the military and do whatever it is he wants to do, or is he just gonna stay here? But then I don't know what's gonna happen with that storyline, so maybe we get more about that in this episode as well. Maybe it's just gonna be like a very lovey-dovey episode, since last episode was the Tara Revelations episode, which was so much fun. I really loved it. So sad and crazy and disgusting. Like, her family is just so fucked up. I felt so bad for Tara that for her whole life she has been lied to and was made to believe that she's a demon and she was gonna turn into a demon. So she never really let herself get close to other people. It's just so tragic, and I cannot wait to see her and Willow interact in this episode, because finally Tara can just be who she is and she doesn't have to be afraid, she doesn't have to lie, and Willow can be there for her. So maybe they could also be potentially the fools who are in love. So yeah, this episode could go in a lot of different directions. I'm very excited to continue with this show. It's just so good, so much fun, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next, because not only are the relationships are very interesting and exciting this season, but also just the whole Dawn situation. Oof, that still is just hauntingly amazing storyline, because last episode Giles learned about Dawn but no one else has, so I'm assuming at some point everybody's going to find out about her, and I cannot wait to see at what point that happens, how it happens, what's gonna happen with Beauty. She seems to be like such a fun villain, so I hope we get to see more of her, see what she's up to and what she's planning to do. Of course, last episode she tried to have Buffy and Co killed, so I wonder what she's going to do in this next episode. And yeah, if you guys are interested, the full-length reaction to this is going to be linked down below. And let's just jump straight into it. We've been starting at the cemetery a lot recently. I like it. I like that we're back to like good old-fashioned vampire fighting.
The fast-growing field of personal grooming's come a long way since you became a vampire.
Oh, he's like not a new vampire, okay. What the hell? No. No! Not a shitty ass vampire from the 80s killing Buffy or like stabbing her, getting the better of her? Absolutely not. I do not think so. Buffy is like too good for like this little low life to even touch her, even breathe on her. Like, absolutely not. Something's fishy here. I don't trust it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Maybe don't pull it out. Maybe don't pull it out. Maybe don't pull it out. Oh my god. Run, Buffy, run! Oh god. Oh my god, what the hell? Riley? Oh, thank god. I still... How is this real? How... Like, what happened to her? She's been training. How did she get one-upped? Oh my god, they didn't even take her to the hospital? That's crazy.
Said I've seen worse. There's a difference.
Oh god.
No major organs got kebabbed.
Well, how do you know that? Do you have x-ray vision?
Vampire.
How many?
Just the one.
One.
What happened?
So what? He was like a super vampire or something?
No, he was the regular kind. He just beat me.
But why?
In the best physical shape of my life. And if you're asking how it happened, I don't... Dawn! Sorry to interrupt the sexcapades. I just wanted to tell you that.
Sexcapades. Is it because of Dawn? Is she rattled because of Dawn?
Disinfecting something?
Oh, mine. Some nail polish experiments are doomed before they even begin.
Oh,
But
look
you
at
keep
Dawn
pushing the
protecting her.
envelope.
Not me actually liking Dawn. How far we've come.
I will patrol with the group tonight.
When do I get to patrol? Not until you are never.
Oh, did he actually take the group? Oh, okay, he took the group. What is that? Choo-choo!
I think it breaks down to choo-choo.
It probably means to follow him.
Great minds think alike. I love it. I love how seriously he takes it and they're just eating chips.
Hey, Riley! What's the, all about?
Slayer called, blah, blah. Great protector, blah, blah. Scary battles, blah, blah. Oops, she's dead. Where are the details?
Details?
Yeah.
You didn't lose last night, Buffy. You just...
Got really close.
Yeah. If it wasn't
I
for
slipped up,
Riley.
Josh.
The problem is, after a final battle, that it's difficult to get any, well, the Slayer's
Not very chatty at that point.
I suppose if they're anything like me, they just find the whole subject too,
Unseemly?
Sad.
Damn.
Devastating.
Love you, but you watchers are such prigs sometimes.
painful, I was going to say.
Oh. Oh god. I wouldn't even want to know what Giles would be like if Buffy had died. He'd be devastated.
No one left to tell the tales. What?
Right. Because he
Wait,
killed
no,
the
no.
Slayers.
Are you feeling all right, Slayer? This stuff usually hurts.
Don't even start, Spike.
What do you want?
Spike is into it.
Slayer. Excuse
As I thought. Some nasty thing got a taste of you.
Don't get all excited.
I've always been bad.
Has he? Wait, we're actually getting a flashback. Yay!
You're radiant. It's better.
What is that hair? I love it so much. Oh yes, sweetie, you've always been bad.
Cecily.
Oh, is that his love? Wait, is he like a fool for loving her instead of Buffy?
Please, it's not finished.
Don't
Oh.
be shy.
Oh no, is he gonna embarrass him?
My heart effulgent.
What? I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna laugh. Ha 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 ha.
They call him William the Bloody because of his bloody awful poetry.
It suits him. I'd rather have a railroad spike through my head than listen to that awful stuff.
Spike through my head. Is that how he got his name?
Not written about me, are they?
They're about how I feel.
Oh god, she's gonna
Yes,
reject
but
him.
Try to see me.
I do see you. That's the problem.
Oh
You're
god.
nothing to me, William.
Poor Spike.
You're beneath me.
Oh god, this classist bitch. Oh, sweetie. Why do I feel so bad for him? Is this how he's gonna get turned?
Where you're going?
I'm assuming like the people who are going missing are because of vampires. This must be like his origin story.
And I wonder what possible catastrophe came crashing down from heaven. And
Oh my
brought this
God!
dashing stranger.
Oh my god, this time meet cute!
Don't need a purse.
Just need your blood.
Do you want it?
Oh, yes.
Oh no, he just gave consent. Oh, is she gonna turn? Oh, yep, she's turning. Oh. Okay, he isn't that freaked out. That's kind of weird.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow.
Oh, he's into it now. Oh, that's a nest. Don't go in there. You guys don't have powers. There's like multiple vampires inside.
Getting killed made me feel alive for the very first time.
Ironic, huh?
I had to give myself a gang.
Perhaps it's my advancing years that makes me so forgetful, William. Remind me.
Oh my god, it's the gang! The gang's all here!
Everywhere we go, it's the same story. And now...
You've got me and my women hiding in the luxury of a mine shaft.
Man, he's a
All
women
because
icon.
William...
I think our boys are going to fight.
The King of Cups expects a picnic. This is not his birthday.
Good point.
Yeah.
I love Darla. Her face is just like, I guess. They are fighting.
Or the Slayer.
Ooh, is this gonna be the first time he kills one?
What's a Slayer?
So how'd you kill her?
Funny you should ask. Lesson the first. A Slayer must always reach for her weapon. I've already got mine.
What the hell? That was so cool. Oh god. Oh, look at her! Also, please tell me we get to see how he gets his like hair done, like how he ends up with the bleach blonde swept back look.
Just like I pictured it. It's good for you?
You, dude. Oh, really? The timing. I don't know why I'm this invested in this if I don't know how this is going to end. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Go sort the mama.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't think he
Sorry,
speaks Chinese.
I don't speak Chinese.
Yeah.
Look at the wonderful mess you've made.
Hey, hon.
You ever hear them say, the blood of a Slayer is a powerful aphrodisiac?
No, who says that? Confucius? Is that how you say that? Confucius? Oh, I hate it. That is... No, I don't like it. Why are they always so creepy? You guys know that you can burn alive, right? Like, maybe be careful.
My little Spike just killed himself a Slayer.
Ooh, Angelus is jealous. What is that shot? That's so funny. Why are they walking in slow motion? What is he doing? Why is he jumping? I can't, guys. This is so corny. I'm kind of living for it though. Like, don't get me wrong. I am here for this.
What are you looking at?
You?
got off on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's a vampire?
Suppose you're telling me you don't? How many
I
Marti
mean-
reckon you...
I just know I can handle myself.
Oh. And how do you explain this?
Why is it so quiet? People are just watching them. Oh god, is something gonna attack Riley? He went back? Doesn't he have a death wish? Okay, that's kind of crazy that he straight up killed the vampire that gave Buffy such trouble. Jeez, Riley. No, Spike is loving this. This is like foreplay to him.
Why'd they lose?
What's the difference?
There's no intent to hurt you, then that chip they shoved up my brain never activates.
Okay.
If
So
on
there
the
could
other hand-
be definitely a loophole there, right? Like if you accidentally kill someone, like you don't mean to hurt them, but you do end up hurting them.
We're like this.
Oh my god! Okay, good transition. He already has the hair. I wanted to see the origins of the hair, but that's fine. Oh god. This is so heartbreaking to watch because you know how it's going to end.
I could have danced all night with that one.
You think we're dancing?
Okay.
That's all we've ever done.
Oh, I love the transitions
And the thing
between
about
these
the
two
dances.
scenes.
Every day you wake up, it's the same bloody question what haunts you. It's the day I die.
It's a really depressing question to ask yourself every day.
Part of you wants it,
What?
Not only to stop the fear and uncertainty, but because you're just a little bit in love with it.
I don't know, but also Spike is very intuitive when it comes to the people's emotions, so he could be telling the truth.
Part of you is desperate to know what's it like. Where does it lead you?
And
But
now
she
you
knows
see,
already.
She merely wanted it. Every Slayer has a death wish.
Oh my,
Sooner or later, you're gonna want it. And the second that happens, you know I'll be there. I'll slip in. Have myself a real good day.
Oh, he's so creepy.
I just wonder if you'll like it as much as she did.
Get out of my sight, Spike. Now. What the hell are you doing?
Oh my god, I can't believe he got in for the kiss. Don't do that, dude.
It would never be you.
The one who gets to kill her or the one who gets to...
You're beneath me.
Oh, not her saying the same line that Cecile woman said. Oh, sweetie. Oh, come on, why do I feel bad for this murderer? I just do. Oh, Spike. Oh no, did his love turn into hate? What is
Bloody feet beneath me.
You can't kill her.
Hasn't got a death wish. Bitch won't need one.
Oh my god. No, that's how they end it? Oh no, not yet.
Why can't you kill her?
You're the one who keeps bringing her up. Plan it, Drew.
But you're lying.
Oh
I
my
can
god.
still see her floating all around you, laughing.
This is after season 2?
Going on with creatures like this.
Okay, you guys obviously have... I didn't know she was seeing somebody.
Oh, how cute.
I should take...
I look at you. All I see is the Slayer.
Oh my god, that's why she left him.
Oh, great. Thanks, son.
Where is she going?
You know the nothing that I've been dealing with the last couple of weeks?
Yes. What
it
is
might
it?
not be nothing.
What does she... Wait, what?
I'm getting a CAT scan.
CAT scan?
It's still very early, if they didn't see it before.
Oh my god, what the hell is going on with Joyce?
I know you will.
Honestly, she kind of looks pale now that I'm looking at her. I'm stressed about this. Oh god, is Spike gonna come here with his little shotgun? Oh gee. Oh, Buffy. God, Spike, we're busy over here.
What do you want now?
What's wrong?
He really does care about her. Well, give her a hug. Oh, a little pat on the back. That's actually so cute. That's it? Oh, I guess it's enough. Just sitting there with her. Oh, okay. What an ending. Okay, I love this so much. What a phenomenal episode. Season 5 does not miss. Episodes are keep getting better and better somehow. Like, oh, I love this one so much. What an interesting origin story for Spike. And then we got to see Drew, Angel, and Darla. That was unexpected. Like, ooh, that was so good. I loved it so much. I don't even know how to feel. Like, I liked Spike. Like, I've liked Spike since the very beginning. I thought he was a very fun and interesting villain, and I was liking what they were doing with him in season 4 as well. But I don't know, after this episode, I really was just feeling so bad for him. I feel like up until this point, I thought of him more like a comic relief guy, like someone that I really like, but I'm not that invested in them to a certain degree. Like, I love watching him, I like his storylines, but I wasn't like a huge fan of him. But I don't know, after this episode, like, it was just so tragic and crazy, and I actually felt so bad for him in some situations, like especially at the beginning when the lady Cecil, I think, rejected him, and then Buffy said the exact same words to him, and then he was just crying there like, oh, it's kind of weird to see a vampire without a soul actually crying because he has his feelings hurt. I don't know, it really made me feel for him and make me want him to be happy. God damn it, do I want him to be happy with Buffy? I don't know. What happened? Do I want him with Buffy? I honestly don't know, because I don't think they could work. Like, I didn't think they could work, but I don't know. After this episode, do they work? Could they work? I mean, it seemed like Buffy wasn't very into the idea when Spike tried to kiss her, which is just so crazy. Like, he actually went for it. He tried to kiss her. Props to the guy. Like, he really was like, oh, I love you. And the Buffy was like, oh, I don't think so, buddy. But maybe she thinks so, buddy, because the way it ended, like, I really loved them just sitting there in like camaraderie and all of that. So I don't know, maybe they could work as a couple. I don't fucking know anymore. Honestly, if you've told me this in season 2, that I would be entertaining the idea of Buffy and Spike being a couple, I would have laughed in your face, because that would have sounded absolutely ridiculous to me. I wouldn't even have expected Spike to be around in season 5. I would have been like, doesn't he just like straight up die at the end of season 2? Like, what do you mean he's gonna come back in season 4 and 5 and he's gonna be falling for Buffy? Like, you're crazy. But here we are, and we got here, and I don't know how we got here, but it feels right. Like, watching, let's say, School Hard, I would never expect this to happen, but now that we're here, it does feel like a good progression. Like, it doesn't feel out of place or out of character. It feels like it was built up, and we did get to this point very naturally, and kudos to the writers for that, because that's not easy to do. So yeah, I don't know. I really, really love this episode. Oof, it's just so good. I mean, the whole backstory with Spike was amazing. I loved seeing where he comes from. I loved seeing that Drew turned him. I'm assuming we knew that Drew turned him, but I kind of forgot. Actually, I couldn't remember that it was her, so I like that it was her, and then he fell in love with Drew, and then we had Angel and Darla there as well, like the little squad going around all of Europe and China, apparently, in America as well, killing people, killing Slayers, just having a grand old time. Honestly, I kind of wish there was a show that was set during the vampire time of these 4 vampires. I think that would have been so epic, but of course, I mean, it never would have worked with David Boreanaz having his own show, because I think the others could have committed to it, because, I mean, they could have written Spike out of Buffy and then just have him be in this other show where we get to see them explore old-timey Europe and the Slayers and all of that. I think that could have been so fun. I kind of wish that was an actual show, but I can settle for this fun episode as well. Also, let's talk about that huge speech Spike had at the end, where he said that all Slayers have a death wish. Oh my god. And I think he's telling the truth, because he is just so empathetic. Like, he is so good at reading people. Like, we've seen that time and time again. So you have to assume that he is telling the truth, and it's even something Buffy has never been able to admit to herself or just fully realize. But it's also interesting that Buffy would still have that, because she has technically died before, right? So like, when Spike was saying that, oh, you want to know what's on the other side, like what happens when you die, like you kill so many things, it makes you curious, like you want to get close to death as well. But I wonder if Buffy does actually feel like that. Like, I can picture other Slayers feeling like that. I can imagine Spike being correct about that, but I don't know, because Buffy has technically died before. I wonder if maybe her death wish has changed, or maybe it's gotten worse. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because of Dawn is why she let this happen. I don't know, there was just that moment of her and Riley talking, and then Dawn just popped in, which kind of made me sort of connect or like think that that's what's happening, that Buffy is kind of losing focus because she's dealing with this huge thing in her life that she can't talk about with anyone besides Giles, and it's a lot to deal with, you know, like finding out that your whole life is a lie, that it's a trick, that you have these fake memories implanted in you, and now you have to protect your sister, who's not really your sister, but is a key, and this huge, scary, powerful lady is coming to try and kill her and take her from you. So I feel like that's so much to deal with, and even though she is in the best shape of her life, maybe part of her is kind of done with life. Like, I feel like this whole thing is such a huge violation to her. I mean, her reaction when the monk was telling her everything, she was just so distraught and taken aback, and I think maybe a little bit disgusted, because how can someone do that to you? You know, just like change your entire life, lie to you, give you false memories just so that you protect something. Like, I think Buffy would have protected the key regardless, right? Even if it wasn't her sister, like, she would fight like hell to protect it and to keep the world safe. I'm assuming whatever the key does is something really bad. So you would have to assume that Buffy, who's a slayer, whose job it is to protect the world, would be fighting like crazy to protect it, and she wouldn't just do it because it's her sister. But yeah, the fact that it is her sister and she's been through that and she knows like what has been done to her, I feel like that could have easily rattled her as well, and she's maybe a little bit more careless, or I don't even know if she's more careless or she's just more done with life. Like, maybe she's just had enough. Maybe she's just a little bit annoyed that she gives and gives and gives, and all she gets in return is being violated and lied to and manipulated into protecting Dawn. But if it's not that, I could also definitely see the whole death wish being also because you're just so tired. Like, that's all you do, right? As a slayer, you go out every single night, you patrol, you kill. And I can imagine that getting a little bit tiresome after a while, where you're just sort of careless at the end, or you just don't want to fight anymore and you just make one mistake, and that of course costs you your whole life. But yeah, that was like a really fun scene. I loved it so much. I loved the cuts between present time and the past. Like, they were just so good. Like, it flew so well, like the cuts. And then my favorite bit was when Spike did this. Oh, that was mind-blowingly good. I just loved it. Like, clapping one and then say the line in the other, and just like there was like some sort of thing going on with the audio as well. It just made it sound so good, like so chilling. I loved it so much. Like, that was just truly the highlight of the episode. Well, was it? I don't know. This whole episode was so good. I don't know what the highlight was, because that cutting, I mean, I'm an editor. Like, I did go to film school and study editing, so like I am more of an editing nerd. So I'm like, I love that scene so much because I can see like how much effort and thought and all of that went into it. So I really love it, and like the person who edited it did such a good job. But of course, I also just loved the random show up of Drusilla, Angel, and Darla. Like, that was so cool as well. So I don't know, this episode was amazing, pretty much overall. I mean, the only thing I didn't really care for is the Riley stuff. Like, honestly, I just don't really care for the guy. But I did think it was interesting that he kind of has a death wish as well. I don't know, like, why did he go back to the nest all on his own? Like, I guess he didn't want to put the Scoobies at risk, which is fair, but then he's willing to put himself at risk. Like, that vampire almost killed Buffy, and Riley decided not only to go after him but after his nest as well. And yeah, of course he succeeded and he blew them up, but there was a high chance that he could have died. Like, if the other vampires weren't just, you know, looking while their friends was fighting him, but instead went up and like bit him, Riley would be dead. So I don't know, I feel like that could be like a little bit of parallel of Riley having a death wish and then the Slayers having a death wish. Maybe it's just like people who are in this line of work who really get into it, not like the Scoobies, but like people who are actually like fighting do all end up having a little bit of death wish. That could be interesting, that like all this fighting and killing monsters day in day out messes with you and you don't want to live, or you want to die as well, or something like that. That could be interesting if that's what they were going for. But yeah, we didn't get a little origin story for Spike's hair, which is kind of a shame. I like the little spiky look he had during the New York era. That was kind of fun. I think I like that more than the slick back, but of course the slick back look is just Spike. Like, that is Spike, that's his hair, so I do love it. But I don't know, I enjoy the little spikes as well. Also, it works because his name is Spike, but whatever. So we didn't get the origin on that, but we did get the origin on his coat, which I didn't realize needed an origin story or would have one, but I love it. I can't believe he just straight up robbed the poor Slayer. Like, yeah, I'm gonna snap your neck and then steal your coat. that feels rude. Like the killing, I get it. You're a vampire. You wanted to bag a slayer. Like, ooh, who am I to stop you? But really, robbing her dead body seems kind of rude, dude. It's just in poor taste, my guy. Just leave the call on her. But yeah, also, hello, what's going on with Joyce? She's going to the hospital because there might be something going on with her, and she's getting a CAT scan, which I'm pretty sure are mostly for either like if you have an injury, like to check your bones and joints, or if you have like a tumor or something. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for the tumor part. And what else could, and is it like, oh, I think CAT scans are for like your entire body, not just for your brain. So I don't know, like she has been having these fainting spells and like these migraines. I am so stressed because clearly something medical is going on with her. Like they couldn't figure anything out so far, but clearly now they are saying that, oh, there might be something. Like, bitches, why did you not find this sooner? What's happening? Hopefully it really is just nothing, because apparently it's still early when they catch it. If they catch it, if there's something to catch. I don't know, that storyline is stressing me out. Mostly because they really are giving it some gravity. Like with Buffy crying at the very end, it feels very real instead of it just being like a little plot line that doesn't really matter. So I feel like it's going to matter. But I am nervous for sure about the whole CAT scan thing and what it's going to find. Like, I hope we get to learn that in the next episode. Like, I hope we get to see Joyce get her little scan done and then see the results, and then results say like, oops, we were wrong. It's all clear. Like, that is actually something I could see happen, that maybe it's just a little bit of a red herring that she's actually fine, or I don't know. I just want the best. I just want the best for Buffy because she's just crying again, and that's just, why is she always crying? Like, give the girl a break. Let her be happy, for the love of God. Like, why is that so difficult? Why is it so difficult for Buffy to be happy? I'd still watch the show if she was happy. Like, don't worry, you have me as a viewer, even if she's happy. She doesn't have to be sad all the time. It's fine. The one thing I was really sad about this episode is that there was no Tara. Look, Buffy and Angel love to do this, where like one character who isn't a series regular has like a really intense episode, and then they're nowhere to be found in the next one. Like, honestly, why would they do this? Like, they could have done this episode, like the whole Fool for Love thing, like maybe an episode later, and then just had something else going on in this one where we could have seen Tara and Willow interact. Like, that was such an insane episode for Tara. Like, she's been through a lot in that regard, and then we didn't get to see her this time around. We didn't get to see her and Willow interact. Like, what's Tara up to? We don't know. It's just kind of annoying. Like, I know she's not a series regular, so she's not gonna be in every single episode, but the episodes they chose for her to not to be in is just a little bit crazy to me. Like, at least have her there. Maybe, you know what, we could have kept the whole thing, and then instead of just them three being with Riley during that patrolling sequence, we could have had just Tara be there as well, and then just Willow and Tara exchange like a few sentences even. Like, I didn't need anything too big or anything like that, but just at least a couple of sentences of like, hey, how are you doing now that you know your family is evil? And then she's like, yeah, I'm getting over it. Like, I'm so happy I'm not a demon. I love you too. Blah, 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 blah. Making out. That's making out. That's how you guys make out. Like, is that how you guys kiss? Blah, blah, blah. That's how I kiss. So yeah, I wish they had her in this one and then just not have her in another episode. I don't know. I just find it frustrating. Like, the pacing of the things. Like, they done this with Kate on Angel, where they had something huge happen to her and then just ignore her for the next, I don't know however many episodes. Just like, it didn't work for me. Like, again, she doesn't have to be in every single episode, but just the choices they made, the episodes they put her in, made no sense to me. Absolutely none whatsoever. It just felt so jarring and disconnected and disjointed. And then now, I don't really want to spoil Angel if you haven't seen it, but now in season 2, Kate is just so weird. And I'm just like, it would make sense if we saw her more, but it feels like she just changes personalities between episodes, and it just doesn't really work for me. So I hope they're not gonna do this with Tara. Like, I hope we get to see her more and still have her acknowledge what happened in episode 6. Like, I don't want that to just be pushed to the side. Like, I want to see her deal with that as well. So yeah, an amazing episode. I loved it so much. I was so convinced at the beginning for the longest time that this wasn't real. Like, I was expecting, you know what I was expecting? I was expecting Spike to come and swoop in and save Buffy and for them to start making out. And then we find out that it's actually like a dream from Spike again, where he thinks that like Buffy's gonna make a mistake and he can come in as a hero and save her, and then maybe then she'll fall in love with him. Like, that's what I was picturing. So I was just very confused when that kept not happening and that it was actually real. And I don't know, it really made it clear that Buffy could die at any moment. Like, of course she can't die because she is the main character. That'd be kind of random if she just died. I mean, random now. I feel like they could definitely kill her off in the final episode of season 7 because that's the end of the show. I think they knew it was gonna be the end of the show. I'm not sure. I hope this show doesn't end on a cliffhanger because y'all need to warn me. Like, y'all need to warn me if I should be already angry about the ending or not, because ooh, I hope it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. But yeah, I feel like at that point she could definitely die. It would be kind of poetic and extremely heartbreaking. So I definitely don't want that to happen. But of course we know that Buffy is not gonna randomly die in season 5 and there's like 2 more seasons left. But it is a nice reminder that Buffy isn't immortal. Like, I think someone said that to her, that like maybe she started to think, oh, I think Spike said it, that she started to think that she might be immortal, which is fair because she defeated so many enemies. I mean, she even came back from the dead, so it would make sense that she starts to get a little bit careless. Like, she makes one too many jokes during her fights and does end up dead. But of course she's not going to end up dead, but we as the audience are now a little bit more worried about her and know that she can make mistakes that can cost her her life. Or maybe they could set up that it could cost someone else's life, because someone else could die. Like, Buffy can die, but I think Riley could die. So I've been, you know, thinking that, oh, maybe they're gonna break up and then Riley's going to leave. But Riley could also just die. I feel like after watching this episode, it wouldn't even be that out of left field, because he did seem like to take a risk, like an unnecessary risk with the vampires. And also we were talking about Death Wish in this episode, so it would be interesting, well, not interesting, it would be really devastating for Buffy. Like, oh, this poor girl, if she loses Riley to him dying and maybe it being her fault, I don't know how she's gonna cope with that. But I feel like with this episode that could actually happen, because we have seen Buffy to be able to make mistakes where she is actually getting hurt. So maybe she makes a mistake again where she gets hurt, or maybe she goes down in this spiral, or what Spike said to her where she's like, oh wait, maybe I do have a death wish, and then she just like kind of spirals out of control and then makes a mistake in the field, and then Riley has to save her life, but while Riley is saving her life, he dies in the process. I could definitely see something like that happen. It would be so tragic, so sad, but also kind of interesting, and something that they maybe set up in a very subtle way, which would be good, like good writing. Also, I don't really care for Riley, so I don't really care if he lives or dies. I'm sorry, I'm so mean to Riley. I really do not care for the guy. He lives, he dies, I don't fucking care. Do what you want, Riley. I care about how Buffy's going to feel. Like, I will be sad for her to have to lose someone she cares about but doesn't love. Like, she really likes him, not really loves him, so maybe she wouldn't even be that upset. I don't know, but that's definitely something I could see happen, so that would be interesting. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge shout out goes out to all my Patreons for supporting me. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!